What if the way that people get mortgage loans is actually broken? Consider with me that for most people, their house represents their single biggest purchase, and their mortgage loan represents their single biggest indebtedness. Yet, as an industry, mortgage professionals continue to send people to a link where they fill out some information in about 5 minutes, and then they get a pre-approval letter and they go out and look at houses. I think that that is a broken plan because any big ticket item that you buy, you're going to be doing research. You're going to be wanting to understand, you know, for a car, for example, you want to understand the make and the model and the benefits, and you get reviews and you see what other people think about that, and you look at different financing options and different things that you can do with down payment and with interest rate to get the payment where you want it to be if you're going to be financing the car. And that's for something that you can sell pretty easily, as opposed to a mortgage on a house that is very costly to sell if you decide at the end of the day that you maybe have made the wrong decision. With this in mind, I have created the Certified Home Buyer Program, and it's a process that I walk all of my clients through to give them financial education, to equip them with multiple financing strategies, and empower them to not only be successful home buyers, but become successful homeowners and create generational wealth. And in this video today, I'm going to walk you through what that process looks like. And if you were interested in going through this process, you would see these things customized to yourself. So let me share the screen here. All right, so it starts off with the question, why become a certified home buyer? I talk a lot about how I think clients expect too little from mortgage professionals and from real estate professionals, to be honest with you. Most people are satisfied with a competitive rate, affordable closing costs, and an experience that doesn't actually kill them. However, I think that the this is a great opportunity for you to get financial education. So before we even pull credit on you, we are going to schedule a certified buyer consultation. And in this introductory part of the process, I'm going to encourage you to take a quiz. I'm a First Home IQ ambassador, and so when you take the quiz, it'll help you understand what you know and what you might want to learn about in the home buying process. And it gives you access to free materials on how to build your credit score, how to budget, how to plan for a home purchase if you are renting, how to rent wisely. And then there is a link to my absolutely free Manifest with Us app, which you can customize your home buying journey so you can monitor your credit score. You can hook up your financial accounts. You can manage your budget and your spending. You can really dial in where you want to be on the housing payment, which is going to tell you how much house you ought to be looking at. And there's a quick video that lets you share your buyer vision report with me. And again, that's completely confidential. It doesn't affect your credit score, but it lets me be your guide and help you go from where you are to where you want to be. And then there is a link to click to schedule your certified home buyer consultation with me. And again, before we even pull your credit, that's when we can talk about where you would like to be purchase price wise. We can put multiple financing strategies together and then go through the next steps of the process. So what does that look like? So our certified buyer consultation, I will stop sharing here really quick to say, here's our our certified buyer consultation. Click on this and we share. Right. So with the buyer's consultation, you are going to have all of the information around who your buyer agent is. I introduced my production partner, Jen, who is amazing. And again, this is for demonstration purposes. Yours will be specific to you, but we'll talk a little bit about what we talked about in the introductory call, right? We're going to be talking about, your purchase goals, based off of the Manifest with Us app. We'll say where your credit is. We'll talk about your income, how much money you have to put down, your target sales price and your down payment and the loan type. And we'll actually build out financing strategies for you that I will share with you in your personalized dashboard so that you can have full transparency on your rate, your down payment, your cash to close, as well as the long and short term costs of borrowing and the effect of buying with a house on your long and short term financial goals. Once we are done with this meeting, you will either we can take your loan application right here, or you can click the link and give us some basic information. And then we're going to help you collect all of your documents so that we can get you to the next step, which is the certified buyer approval. And most lenders are simply going to get the application and they are going to run some numbers, and based on what you have shared with them, they are going to issue a pre-approval or a pre-qualification letter. And what that should mean is that you can actually do what you're wanting to do, purchase the house at the price point that you want. However, a lot of times what we find is that those pre-qualification or pre-approval letters are not worth the paper that they are written on, which is why we go the next step and get you the certified buyer approval. And I'll share with you what that looks like here. So once you've completed your application and we have your information, your documents, we actually go the next step and take your file and send it over to our underwriting team. Why is this important? Well, there are 4 contingencies in any housing purchase. There is the housing contingency. So if you have a house to sell, there is a financing contingency, your ability to get a mortgage loan if you need to do that, home inspection contingency, and the appraisal contingency. This certified buyer approval takes care of that financing contingency because we have run you through our underwriting team. The underwriter has verified your credit, your income, and your cash to close. So all that we need to actually close the loan is a property, a purchase contract, a property address, clear title work, and an appraisal, more than likely, and we can close the loan. So at the certified buyer approval meeting, what we're doing is we're reviewing your approval details. So we make sure that we're all on the same page with what you're doing. We are going to issue you a certified buyer pass, which I will talk about here in a minute, that lets you go to open houses and look at houses, and you are a well-qualified buyer, and having the pass saved to your Apple Wallet exemplifies that on your behalf. And we save your document in there so that others can see it. And we're going to provide a custom loan breakdown based on your approval, loan structure, next steps. We're going to give you your pre-approval letter and your certified buyer pass so that you can show everybody how qualified you are to buy the house. And one of the things that I am super excited about is this certified buyer pass, because I don't know of any other lender in our area that provides you with a certified buyer pass. But let me share with you what that looks like here. So going back to the screen, your certified buyer pass is going to look like this right here. It's going to have your name. It's going to have our information on there. There is a QR code that anytime you go to an open house, instead of showing them a PDF pre-approval letter, you open your Apple Wallet, you show them your certified buyer pass, they scan the code, and they're going to open up a dashboard just like this that's going to talk specifically about you and how qualified you are. It's going to have your pre-approval letter in there. If you have a buyer's agency compensation agreement with your broker, your buyer's broker, then that's can be in there as well. And they're going to see just how qualified that you are, which is going to set you apart from any other offer that they might be receiving. And that's part of becoming a certified buyer, because the more qualified you are and the better your offer is, the more options that you're going to have. Maybe you're going to be able to negotiate better terms on the purchase. Maybe you're going to be able to negotiate a better price on the house, or maybe you're going to be able to do both. And depending on what we are able to do on that, or maybe you're going to beat out cash offers on a house that you really want simply because you are the most prepared home buyer that is in competition for the house that you really want. And then you go out and you shop, and the goal is that you find a house that you like. And that's when the fun really starts, where we have our certified buyer offer. And that step looks just like this. Okay, so once you find the house that you want to make an offer on, you, myself, your agent, we all get together, either live or over Zoom, and we talk about how to structure that offer to be the most competitive, in light of the scenario that you're dealing with. Is it a multiple offer situation? How motivated are the sellers to move? What are some things that we can be doing to make sure that your offer is more competitive than any other offer so that you get your offer accepted? And we want to make sure throughout this whole process that you stand out. So we'll discuss your offer strategy. We'll review your financing options, and we'll make sure that you are ready to move quick. And then once we are all set, your agent will go and put together the digital paperwork to be docu-signed between you and the seller. And I will be putting together a digital offer through our certified homebuyer platform. So I'll generate your digital offer with the financial details tailored to the specific property. So your pre-approval letter, whether or not you're doing an appraisal gap, whether you are minimizing the impact of a home inspection, whether we are overcoming your housing contingency, all of those things are going to be in this digital offer. And it will include a custom video from me explaining how strong your offer is, how well qualified that you are, and the benefits of choosing your offer over any other offer that they may be receiving. We'll update your pre-approval letter that again shows that you've already been through underwriting, so there's no financing contingency. We'll share key contact information so that the agent knows, that listing agent knows, that anytime her or the buyers have any questions, they can reach out directly to myself or to your agent for the answers. What it means for you is that your offer is going to stand out. Everything that we do is meant to, number one, educate you. Number two, equip and empower you to make a great decision. Number three, to elevate you and your offer above any other offers that potentially would come in on the house that you want. And it's going to give you a competitive edge because you have a digital offer and a video reinforcing your strong position. And we'll wait for the seller's response, which hopefully is going to be that they're going to accept your offer, and then we're going to be moving to getting your loan closed. So this is the overview of the certified buyer presentation. And again, I wanted to share this with you because I really believe that clients deserve better. Now, how much more time does the certified buyer process take than your typical pre-approval? Well, if your typical pre-approval is filling out some information, getting a letter, making an offer, hoping it works, hoping you get it accepted, hoping that you qualify for the finances, hoping that you can afford the cash to close, hoping that you can afford the payment with what you've got going on, it's going to be a little bit longer than that. But it's not going to be days. It is going to be generally within 48 to 72 hours from our initial conversation to you getting a certified buyer pass, provided that you are quick in getting us all of your documentation based on our first initial consultation. So it doesn't have to take a long time, but the time that you invest in this certified buyer process is going to translate into tens of thousands of dollars that you're going to save over the life of the loan because you're more educated, so you're more qualified, and you stand out, so you're going to be able to get better terms, potentially negotiate rate buy downs or seller's concessions, and maybe save some of the money that you would have had to put down for your cash to close because you were able to negotiate a stronger deal, or ultimately that you get the house that you really, really want. And you get the house that you want confidently, knowing that you can afford the cash to close. You can afford the monthly payment. And again, we want to make sure that that monthly payment on your house is not so big that it keeps you from saving money for your retirement, saving money for your kids' college funds, making sure you have adequate insurance to protect you and your family in the case of some tragedy that would happen, so that your family would be taken care of if something were to happen to one of the breadwinners. And so we look at the home buying process not divorced from everything else you have going on in your financial life, but we look at the home buying process as a part of your overall wealth generation plan. So if this may not be for you, but if you are interested in being the most educated, the most equipped, the most empowered home buyer in your market, and if you are a real estate agent watching this and you are interested in your clients being very well prepared for the offers that you're going to have them make, I would encourage you to check out the link here in the comments to the certified buyer process, and you can follow the prompts on there, and we can actually get together and talk about what this means specifically to you. And instead of having sample information on there, we have your information that will help you become the best qualified home buyer that you can be. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I know that it is very important that if you have found value in this video, that you would like and share the video with other people. And of course, it would be great if you would subscribe to my channel, Wealth with Dennis Wells, as well. Hope you have a wonderful day.